Welcome to the Inspiration Station hosted by Joshua Lenox, the place to fill up your tank if you're in need of encouragement and motivation.
Hey, it's Joshua Lenox, the Inspiration Station. Y'all already know how we do. We upsize in 2025 all day, every day. Y'all, welcome to Friday. Well, your Friday has already been going, but welcome to Friday evening or whatever time you're watching this, y'all. This is the 10th day of October already. 10, 10, 2, 2, wait a minute, 25. I don't know what I was trying to say 10, 10, 2020. It's not, it's 2025. But I hope that you all have been having a great day, that you have been amazing in everything that you've done, that you've given it your absolute all. That doesn't mean you had to give it 100% because you can be 100% when you're not even at 100%. So I hope that you all have been giving it your all, giving it your best. Hope that you all are preparing for a great weekend, a safe weekend, a relaxing weekend. Maybe some of you who are working this weekend, you still carve out that time for yourself to just have some downtime. Also, if you have some challenges, obstacles, or anything of that nature, let those just be reminders and great indicators that you can overcome anything, even if you're dealing with things as I'm speaking right now. You're going to overcome this as you've overcome many, many things before. Y'all, this is the Inspiration Station. If this is your first time, you are now welcome, but at the same time, you're now family, and you have to come each week at Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you don't, you're going to get in trouble with me. I'm going to find out, and I'm going to contact you in some shape, form, or fashion. But anyway, I want to say hello to everybody out there on YouTube Live, Instagram Live, Facebook Live, LinkedIn Live, also the wonderful listeners on Amazon, Audible, Spotify, and also Apple. Y'all, I'll be about to say some other things, but maybe that's because some other things are coming. Maybe that's what wants to keep coming out of my mouth, and I don't know what those things are yet, but stay tuned, right? The Inspiration Station is just a place for us to be open, honest, and vulnerable, not just with ourselves, but with other people. Well, sorry, let me run that back. Be open, honest, and vulnerable with each other, but also open, honest, and vulnerable, most importantly, with ourselves, because often the relationship we hold with ourselves can be neglected and even abandoned at times. This is a place, not only are we talking about Joshua Lenox, because this is not, my name might be involved in this or whatever, and I might be connected, but this is about all of us, because all of us are inspiration. You're an inspiration to any and everybody who's ever crossed your path, and also you're an inspiration to yourself. If you look in the book of your life, even yesterday, you can see and find things that you can inspire yourself with to let you know that you're going to keep going, you're going to make it, you're going to become greater, and you're going to go higher and higher in your life. And it's nothing that you can't do. I think sometimes we forget that. Sometimes we think when we hit walls or we hit issues or problems that we're limited and it's nothing that we can do. We're out of control. There's always something that you are in control of and you have the power to do or take action with. So also, this is going to be a place where, we're going to have people coming in. Y'all stay tuned. There are people going to be coming in that I'm going to get back to interviewing. People are booked and busy, and I'm so thankful for it. I'm so thankful for it. But they'll be coming in to drop nuggets of wisdom and sharing their lives with us so we can learn and glean from them as well. Plus, because you're not just hearing me talk. But also, this is a place of us just recognizing that we have things in our lives not to just be inspired by here or motivated here by or encouraged, but this is going to motivate us, encourage us, and inspire us to take action, to make some sort of movement, even if that just starts in your thinking or your changing of your thinking. So we're going to get started right on into it, y'all. I'm going to let you get on back to your good old evening. Some of y'all probably going to the movies, going to spend time with family. Maybe some of y'all are still working. You might be working and watching right now. Maybe you're going to be traveling. I don't know. I don't know about y'all. I'm excited. It's getting cooler now. And I don't know. Some of y'all, I know you probably are not looking forward to the cooler days or also the winter days that are coming. But I am. I don't mind the heat, but I much more appreciate when it gets a little colder, especially because it's like I still sleep with the air on though when it gets cold. I don't know. I'm strange like that. I don't like to be hot. It just don't. It's very uncomfortable. But anyway, what we're going to talk about really quick and briefly, y'all, is you're under arrest. You're under arrest. Now, some of y'all got nervous because some of y'all probably have had handcuffs on you and things of that nature. And you don't, this is no judgment. You don't have to tell anybody. I know you've been pulled over and put in the back seat and probably taken down and everything like that, but you're safe with me. Your secret's safe with me. But anyway, You're under arrest, arrest. What does arrest really mean, y'all? That's got a couple of definitions really quick. Arrest, meaning like to take or keep in custody by authority or law, which is what I just talked about. You know, if you see you're under arrest, you have a right to an attorney and all, you know, all of those good things. You're under arrest. You're going to jail. But or to bring to a stop. Arrest, that means to stop something, or to make inactive. Same thing. You can't, there's no movement, there's no action, there's nothing, no visibility or whatever this is because it's arrested. Then we look at the word rest. Sometimes this is something that most of us probably struggle with sometimes is that you think, oh, yeah, I'm going to bed, I'm getting sleep. It's like, yeah, but are you resting? What does rest mean? Rest means a bodily state characterized by minimal functional and metabolic activities. So basically, you're shut down. You're not doing so much. When we're supposed to go to sleep at night, we're supposed to have limited functionality happening. So it should be very minimal. Yeah, we're breathing and all of that stuff, but we're not supposed to be thinking, overthinking, analyzing, talking, moving around so much, anything of that nature. It's minimal, functional, and metabolic activities. Also, it's the freedom from activity or labor. It's the freedom from activity or labor. Also, the last thing is to remain confident. Ooh, y'all. Rest means I can remain confident, which also is linked to trust. So if I can rest sometimes, that means that I'm confident that all is well. I'm confident that everything's going to work out. I'm confident that I'm in the right place at the right time. So I can rest in that. And we think about that, we resting and we trusting in God for the plans of our lives. We can be confident in that. So we don't have to be anxious. We don't have to be worried. We don't have to be trying to play God and trying to plan stuff out, but we can have confidence in that. So think about those two definitions. And really quick, I want to give you a quick example. When we talk about arrest, meaning to bring to a stop or make inactive. And I spoke a couple of weeks ago on, we were talking about, I was speaking about sometimes you think, am I being lazy or am I in need of a rest? And sometimes rest, again, rest does not mean I'm laying in the bed all day or I'm not doing anything or I'm just stagnant. It just means that I have areas in my life that are used to be very demanding on me that are now at a rest. And sometimes, again, we think about arrest, like we talk about clink clink, means that there's a need to stop certain things in our lives for good. Or there's some things that just need to be absolutely shut down. But when we rest from things, again, it's like, are we resting from something? Are we resting to something? So I'm going to give you a quick example. As you all know, I don't think if you, some of you may know or not know, you're going to know now. If you don't know, now you know. I literally moved to Atlanta, Georgia in August. And I've lived here. This is my third time. I lived here as a child and I lived here as a young adult and now as a grown man. And as I've moved here out of obedience, I remember asking God, like, you want me to move where again? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, I mean, if your will be done, God, I will do what you ask me to do, even if I don't understand. And that's something there's something in me that I've always had. I'll do what God tells me, even if sometimes I'm like, I really don't want to do that, but not my will, but your will be done. I don't want to do that, or I don't understand why, but I'll do it, God. Moving here has been very interesting. As things continue to pick up, y'all, I'm one of those people when I move, everything is going to get put up immediately. So the first night that I moved, everything was up. Okay. Everything was up but the TVs. I didn't mount the TVs until a couple of days later, but everything was up, put up. I didn't want no boxes nowhere. And it seems like because of that, it feels like I've been here longer than I actually have. It's been it'll come up on two months on the 18th of October. And let me get to my point, y'all. If I get lost and make this the chronicles of Josh's move to Atlanta. But I recognize work and everything continued. That didn't stop. The podcast, the show, you know, the inspiration station, that didn't stop. However, I was paying attention to certain activities and things. I'm like, okay, I used to walk all the time in the evenings. I have had to carve out times when I can go walk because I love to do that. I used to work out in the mornings. Now I work out in the evenings at the gym. Also, I'm used to having rehearsal during the week, choir rehearsal, and then I'm used to having multiple services to sing for on Sundays. And that has all ceased for now. And if anyone knows me, I'm a person that I'm ready to do something. I don't like to sit still too long. I don't like to feel as if I'm not doing enough or that I need to do more. And I've been like, God, wait a minute. And I remember the first Sunday that I was here, I woke up that morning very early because I'm used to doing that. And I was like, I felt out of place. I felt like something was wrong. I was like, wait a minute. I'm used to literally having at least at the minimum two services to sing for on a Sunday, but usually it'd be about three. And on occasion, it'd be all four services at Mount Zion in Nashville, Tennessee. Shout out to Bishop Walker. And I completely was like, I'm used to zipping, running around the city. I'm used to going back and, going driving around and then ending the day almost like I felt like I've been traveling all day and traveling on the road out of town. And I have had to adjust to that because also, and I had a little depressive moment for him, and I want you all to hear me. In a moment of transparency, had a moment of depression, depressive moments. I'll say I wasn't depressed. I had depressive moments because I had to realize I'm grieving in a sense because I realized how, and I actually didn't realize how much I was doing. I didn't realize how much of a demand that was on Sundays and things of that nature. And I was like, wow, I have had to sit back. So I've had to be at rest from those areas for right now. And also, like I was telling you, sometimes, you got to take advantage of when you're rested. I was arrested in those areas and I've had to rest in those areas for now because thinking about taking advantage of the rest that I'm getting right now because there's going to come a time here soon where I'm going to be I'm going to have a great demand on me that I'm not going to, that those very things, I'm going to be like, okay, Lord, I'm glad I took the rest when I did because it's been nonstop in other areas of my life of things I'm going to do. And some of you, I'm sure you can relate. There have been certain areas in your life that that you've been arrested from. And maybe that might be some negative things, some unhealthy things. Maybe that's been people, maybe that's been places, maybe that's been things, maybe that's been the way you think or the way you used to do things. Maybe that's been where you live. I was, arrested from Nashville to come to Atlanta. So it's like, and now being here, and sometimes for me, I've been looking, I'm like, okay, God, what's next? What's next? What's next? 'Cause that's me. I don't want to sit still. And I'm like, just work out, do the show. Okay, God, is there anything else I could be doing? There have been other things I've been seeking, other things I've been looking, and it's still like slow go. And I'm just like, I'm having to really be still, and that can be difficult. It's like I've been arrested. I got my handcuffs on. I'm not shackled, but I've been arrested from some things, and I've got to sit still. And it's like, well, then I also wonder, well, what am I resting from? And what am I resting to? Because if I'm resting from things, that could just mean it's temporary. But then also, just as we rest at night, you don't sleep all day, 24 hours a day or anything of that nature. So you get a certain moment of time to rest until you're replenished and ready to go on to your next day or to the next thing that's coming in your life. So I often I've been thinking about this as God gave this to me. I was like, maybe you're being arrested and again arrested from something doing what you used to do or how you used to do it and it no longer works. Maybe it's thinking how you used to think that no longer works. Maybe it's being who you used to be that no longer works. And it doesn't mean, I want everybody to think about this, it doesn't mean that you have been doing anything wrong. It just means it no longer works because you reached your expiration date at that very level. It doesn't mean that you have done anything or been doing anything wrong. It just means you've reached the expiration date at that level. So it's like, okay, for me, okay, I was singing all the time at Mount Zion. And I was loving ministry. And I love to serve. It's one of the greatest things I love to do is to serve. And I was thankful because God trusted me with that. So to not be doing that, it's like, well, Lord, did I do something wrong? And no, I didn't do anything wrong. It's just that at that level or at that point of what I was doing, it expired for whatever's next. So some of you don't beat yourself up if there's some things that you used to do, and maybe you're grieving. We don't grieve things just we don't just grieve people who pass away or who are no longer here. We grieve things that we have lost, and it's okay. And that's a healthy thing. You don't want to suppress it and ignore it, but maybe it's some things you used to do. Maybe it's that job you used to do. Maybe it's certain talents and gifts you had that you used to be very active in. Maybe it's certain family members or certain friends that you used to frequent around. Maybe there's certain places you used to go. Maybe there's certain ways you used to think about yourself or see yourself. Maybe your confidence. Maybe you've been arrested from your confidence and the self-esteem you used to have because you're going to a next level. God does not allow anything to call. If He's going to arrest us in something and then give us rest with it, that means that we're getting ready to go somewhere greater than where we've been. We're getting ready to become someone better than we've been. We're going to be thinking better than we've ever thought. So everything's going to go from glory to glory. We got to go higher to the next level. So I know I'm not the only one that's probably been in moments of frustration and been like, what in the world is going on in my life? It seems like certain things have just died away, and it probably has. But as it resurrects, Lord Jesus, as it resurrects soon, it's going to be better than it's ever been before, because maybe you need to rest from those things because you're the person who you're being changed, you're being rearranged. This is a person, this is a time for you to be quiet. Maybe also this is a moment for you to reflect. Like I told you, I didn't even realize just in one area, I didn't realize I was doing a lot, and grateful for it and thankful for it. As I said again, I thank God for trusting me with that. And there were other things I was doing, but it's like, okay, this is a moment to really reflect over the last few years. Maybe I did a lot of moving over the last few years. I moved from Fayetteville, North Carolina, back to Nashville in 2022, and then 2025 here, moving back to Atlanta. So I'm like, okay, but those 3 years I was in Nashville were growth. It was recognition of things that I had been away from. The last time I lived in Nashville was 2012. How much I had grown, how much the Lord had done, how much the Lord had shifted me in my gifts, my spiritual gifts, my talents, my abilities, new things He was doing in me. Also, for me to see people for really who they were that I didn't couldn't see from a distance. So let these moments, if you're in a place of that rest, you've been arrested, y'all. You are now under arrest. A rest. Reflect, then refocus. When we talk about refocus, I want to be able to clear my glasses. You know how you have glasses and you get smudges on them and you have to wipe them off really good, put some stuff, spray some stuff on them, clean them off really good. But then now I want to refocus. So now I've got to see my life in a different way. Maybe I've been out of alignment for a minute, or maybe I've seen things improperly before I can see also where I am and also where I'm going. Sometimes it can feel like you are going backwards. So again, another word is regressing. And I often say it's like the moonwalk syndrome. I think I said that in one of my books. Like Michael Jackson, he would moonwalk, but he would only moonwalk for a few seconds and then he was going back forward. Sometimes you might need to be pulled back for just a moment to sit in that and say, where am I in my life right now? What do I really want? What's next? What does the Lord have next for me? And sometimes He's not going to tell you all the details. Moving here was a definite faith move. And every time I've moved in my life, even I think with my mother as a kid, I watched her, we would move and it would be on faith. And as being an adult, or young, especially a young adult, when I was to be instructed to do things, I would be like, God, and even as a kid, it didn't even have to do with moving, but just in other things, as a kid, God would be telling me to do something, and I'm just like, okay, are you gonna give me the details? Are you gonna tell me what's next? Are you gonna tell me even when I do what you tell me to do? Are you gonna now, okay, now God, you gonna tell me every step, right? And like, no. I'm like, what in the world, God? Come on now, work with me. But at the same time, it allowed me to lean on Him all the more. It allowed me to trust Him even when I couldn't understand what the next steps are. Right now in my life, I don't know the exact steps that are ahead. I've seen some glimpses ahead, but do I know the exact steps? What's next specifically? I don't. But I continue to, trust Him. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not to your own understanding. And in all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He'll direct your path. He'll direct your path to whatever's next, to that next relationship, to that next career, to that next job, to that next location of living, whether that's a new city, whether that's a new state, whether that's across the town, maybe that's another country, to that new idea, maybe that new creative gift you have, those talents, those abilities, whatever it is, He's going to lead you to it. You got to trust Him in these moments. So when you have to sit still for just a moment, and again, sitting still doesn't literally mean I'm frozen. That just means I'm sitting still enough to see where I am and being present. I'm still doing what I need to do in my life, but just knowing that there are things around me that have been put at a certain level of arrest. So now that I'm not able to operate or be functional as I used to be. So even in saying that, again, we say we reflect, we refocus, and then also we'll restart. That's the other word that I want to leave with you all. Not only we're doing reflection, refocusing, but then also it could seem as a restart. Yeah, I come in here, I really think that it's nobody coming through here. And it seems like it's always somebody, especially when I'm about to wrap up, but that's okay. And he had a feature, shout out to the man in the hoodie who just walked by me like he just didn't care. But anyway, But then also, this is a restart. We restarting. But when you're restarting, you're starting different. You're starting new. You're starting from a new place because you've been resting right now in this time in your life. And this is supposed to, in some areas, we're not falling asleep, being lazy, and getting away from the things we're supposed to be doing and handling our responsibilities. But then it's time to restart. But you're going to restart and you're going in a direction you've never gone before because you have reflected, you've refocused, and now you've restarting. So you're going to start in a better way than you ever have in your life. So again, y'all, think about that. You're under arrest. Arrest. Don't feel guilty. Don't start beating yourself up. Don't feel shameful. Don't feel like you're not doing enough because I know that's something I have been guilty of. It's thinking like, I got to do more. It got to be more. It's more I could be doing right now. And God to say, okay, so what is it, Josh? Are you gonna do this? You're gonna let me run this, right? Now it's okay for you to have ideas and you got your plans, and I have given you glimpses of things, but you gotta let me take control. Lean not to your own understanding, Josh. I know you want to do so much because you feel like you're not doing enough right now. I need you to take advantage of this time. I need you to rest, literally rest. I need you to take inventory of your life. I need you to focus on some things. I need you to evaluate yourself before I take you to what's ahead. So I hope that this has helped you all tonight. I hope I'm gonna hurry up for somebody else come walking through here, but my feng shui and everything trying to mess up stuff. But anyway, I hope that you all have had a wonderful time with me. It's always a pleasure and always a blessing to be able to sit here with you guys. I hope this helps when you start thinking about some of those things that are just not as active as they used to be in your life. And because now it doesn't mean that you're not going to be active again. It just means that you're going to be at a different level, and it's going to be a different you. We're always at a place in our life where we're meeting a new, almost like you making shaking hands or making a covenant or agreement with the new you, that you're going to have to leave some of the old you behind because you can't take that over to the next level with you, the next phase of you that's unraveling, that's making a grand reveal to you. So I hope that you all have a great evening, have a great weekend, safe weekend, y'all. It will be the middle of October next week. Wow. Just wow. I mean, Thanksgiving is tomorrow. I mean, I'm ready. I can't wait to cook either because that's my thing. I love to cook Thanksgiving dinner. If I don't cook no other time of a big dinner, it's Thanksgiving. I love to do that. So enjoy your family. Make sure you reach out and touch somebody's hand or call them. Let some people know that you love them, some people that you care. If you haven't talked to some people in a minute, send them a text message. Just check up on some people. You know, it's a lot of things going on in the world right now. It's a lot of things going on in the world right now. I hear a lot, even with my clients and how they're affected day to day for the last few weeks. But God is God. He's sovereign. He rules and he reigns, and he is definitely on his post and on his job. And we are to continue to lean and depend on him, knowing that no weapon formed against us shall prosper, and that he has the whole world in his hand, and he's already overcome the world. So this stuff is not going to be something that you see it, and we all are affected, but we're protected. We're all affected, but we're protected under his hand. So again, see y'all next Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time, and all the other times, I don't know right now, but I'll be right here. I'll be right here. Please continue to share. Thank y'all for sharing so much. And again, YouTube, y'all be clowning. Y'all are clowning, especially watching live. I just see the numbers and I really appreciate that. And I give God all the glory for what he's doing for us through the Inspiration Station. So we've always been great. We're just getting better. You've always been great. You're just getting better, and you're finally understanding it, and you're finally embracing it. So see y'all next week. Love y'all much. Spread love now more than ever. We need the unity, and it starts with you. Bye.
Thanks for watching the Inspiration Station with Joshua Lenox. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.